What are you doing?
I'm making a video.
Why?
Because that's what I do. It's who I am. It's how I sell my drones. Okay, so where are those drones? One sec. Okay, so testy testers. We've been testing. We're always testing. I've been messing around with the Cine disc. It works, but it's a little bit too fast. Like, it can be done, but it's big, it's fast. So Cinelog 25 is like everyone's favorite. This 3-inch with a naked GoPro 10 is actually lighter than the Cinelog 25. Still, it's a little bit too fast, and as it gets bigger, things can vibrate and stuff. Mind you, the protectors, they work for walls, but not for people. Unfortunately, we cut Mama a little bit.
A little bit?
Just a little nip. Okay, so in today's video, okay, I didn't hurt, I just wanted to test it out. There we go. So we tested it out, and the protectors protect the walls, but not people. So anyways, I would never really want to fly this outside anyway. So if you are flying outside, you would want to be flying something like this. This is beautiful. Freestyle perfection is the O3 discus. This pusher O3 discus with the battery toilet tank, it's just the perfect freestyle weapon. It flies beautifully, it captures beautiful footage, no props in view, nice and simple, 200 grams, it cuts through the sky, it just flies beautifully. That's the number one. But I killed my O3s and I'm too poor to get more, and I just ordered a pile of discus frames, and we got our A1 Mini hopefully coming today. I called FedEx and I told them, you guys better call me, you better buzz me, because sometimes they don't. Like the last 3 times they don't, and then I don't get it, and we're doing it today hopefully. So in this video we have a beautiful edit for you after our little talkie talk. But first, we're having our little talkie talk and teaching you a little bit. We're combining everything now, so you get your education and your like video cut, everything all nice together in one big video. We're fusing everything together. So tell me if you like this. Otherwise, I just do like my edit video and then the talkie talk separately. Tell me what you prefer. Let's make a poll today. So go to the poll on the community tab and participate. But yesterday I couldn't help myself. I threw up like a nice little cut of the beautiful dive because it's just my favorite building. I love it. I miss you, Tommy. We used to dive it together, but he went to Montreal. I still haven't found a good FPV friend in Toronto. So if you want to be my Toronto FPV friend, that like, you know, you're down to like get up and go whenever and just go rip, not make it complicated, not make it like so, you know, problematic. I'm a very kind of like spontaneous person. Hey, you're free, I'm free, let's go. Okay, if you're that type of person. My last upload was with this, and I cut it and made it look nice and whatever, but honestly, flying this is really nice to get beautiful, smooth outdoor footage. And I'm flying this with props that are all dangled, so they're not as nice and smooth and whatever. But I'm not the type of person that's going to put fresh props every time I fly, even though that's what you should do. Like if you're doing a gig or something, really capturing something special and cinematic, put those fresh props on. But I fly them till they die. Fly till they die. The first pack is a 3. You know what? We're just going to go in. We're going to do our talkie talk. I'm going to show it to you. And then you're going to have a nice little cut of the rest of the day. So stay for that. If you find the talkie talk boring, just skip it and look at the beautiful cinematic footage. If you want more info and want to learn more, just listen to the talkie talk. Let's go.
Here we go with the actual uncut footage and a little vision so you can see how beautiful it looks. But I'm using the solo tank rush, and it's a little bit sketchy. It's just not as clear as I'd want it to be once, as you can see, it's at 800 milliwatts, and I can go all the way up this with my Pro 32 Nano TBS, but the Rush Tank Solo, which is 1.6 watts, I believe, or at least 1 at full. Yeah, I feel like this should be a lot clearer. It's nice to have sound, but it's just, it's pretty, like, sketchy. And this one is on a 3S battery, so the next dive is going to be on a 4S battery, so you can see the difference too. But it's just, I've never had my discus, like, thrown around in the wind, and I've flown through some pretty windy days. So what I'm thinking is that this pusher setup with the GoPro on it, the GoPro is, like, catching the wind, so it's not as aerodynamic. So basically, having the battery on top with the naked O3 discus doesn't cause this problem. The weight is really, really balanced because everything's underneath, like the stack and the motors, and then the batteries on top. But in this case, it's more like a cine pusher would be, but naked. And what's happening is the weight of the camera on top, plus the weight of the battery on top, is making it unbalanced. So when it's falling down, the weight is pulling it forward, which is the big reason that lots of times cine rigs can't do dives properly.
This setup flies amazing, but the moment you stick the 35 grams on top, it's a little bit too much weight on O3 discus. The weight is perfectly balanced, and when it falls down, it goes straight down. It doesn't get like pulled away or whatever. But what happens with this is all this weight is on top, so it's not as balanced going straight down. It kind of wants to do weird things, and I think that the wind or whatever, it's a nice big flat surface that creates, like, what's that word? Like drag. And it just, like, it grabs it and wants to, like, pull it this way or throw it around. This is the reason that most cine setups can't dive, because they're too top heavy, and that weight makes it want to pull the drone down this way. And that's why, like, you'll have to kind of use the momentum of turning to keep your dive more smooth if you want to even do that. This setup is great for really, like, freestyle and cinematic footage, but when it comes to dives, it's not ideal. I'm going to build another one into regular racer formation. We could put the battery underneath, and then the weight of the battery underneath versus the GoPro on top. It'll keep the weight more balanced, and we should be able to dive perfect again. This is the first time that I've kind of had my own drone that's just, like, terrible at diving. I had this problem with the Mob 8 at first before I made the mod for it. And I'm going to be releasing the mod for that to everyone. I'm going to be releasing my blueprints for everyone too. If you are using them though, just join my Patreon for $1. Give me a little bit of support, even if you're not using them. Now I have a thing, so you can pay $10 and I'll say your name at the end of my videos. Don't you want to hear your name? It's not ridiculous. No, it's not. I mean, you'll say my name for free.
Matt.
Papito.
Matt.
Papi.
Matthew.
Yes.
Okay, here we are now with the 4S setup. Right away, boom, we can actually get to the top of the building nice and quickly. But once again, oh, look at this. So we're using it at max. I boosted it to see if I'd have stronger signal that would get me to the top nice and clearly, because flying like this doesn't really inspire confidence. But I don't know, in FPV sometimes also you have to commit. Like, it starts getting a little sketchy and you're like, am I just going to stop and turn around, or am I going to go for it? Because I just know I can do it. Like, I'm like, this thing's maxed out. It's a strong BTX. It should be able to handle this no problem. It's just not looking that pretty. It's not looking that clean. And I don't think that it's just like Wi-Fi or multipathing. Like, I've never really found that to be that big of a problem. My smaller BTXs can kind of handle it, and when this is that bad at full power, it just doesn't want me to make it any lower, so I don't really want to test that out. But even my little cine rig going in my house at 400 milliwatts, it's like blurring out. Mind you, that one has a dipole antenna, so maybe it's antennas, maybe it's a need a capacitor on this one or something. We're gonna figure it out. Now let's go into the beautiful edit. Mwah.
You know when crypto people are like, this is not financial advice, but buy some H-bar. You gotta buy some H-bar. H-bar boy. Okay. I'm starting a new style, a freestyle. Like Spang, we're gonna call it P-style. People and freestyle. P-style. It's a thing. Make it happen. But like, in no way am I encouraging you to fly around people. You should not fly around people. It's dangerous, unsafe, and a gross lack of disrespect for the hobby, and we're gonna lose all our rights and freedoms because of this P-style. Okay, honestly, I love flying around people, and I do it all the time. You can see in the edit, everyone loves it. You know, no one's getting angry, no one's getting bothered, but you have to also like understand, you see their faces and stuff. If someone's getting bothered or angry, leave them alone. If they're smiling and waving, it means, yeah, good job. And I don't know, I get like a little, I guess, dopamine hit when people are happy and they're smiling and they're like, yeah, that's awesome, because that's what FPV is. And lots of people don't even know what FPV is. And when I found it, I was like, wow, that's amazing. So to be able to like bring that into people's lives and have them go, wow, that's amazing. And then they come and, hey man, like that's really cool. How are you seeing that? And then I give them my info and get them started. And I've taught a few people. So it can be a positive thing. P-style can be a positive thing. Just be respectful, right? Be respectful. It's just like talking to strangers. If you're weird and creepy, you're gonna scare them. But if you're like, hey, yeah, okay, yeah, P-style, it's a thing. P-style responsibly, okay? I call it a talkie talk because we're talking about what's going on. She's like, why do you call it that? I always say smoochy smoochy, and then I catch her saying smoochy smoochy to her friends and stuff. Ripping me off.
Don't forget to smash the like button.